Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing? Love the way you look in the mirror and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from createyourself.today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. And today, the day before the Thanksgiving, we are not talking about Thanksgiving. All my best coaching strategies, how to get through Thanksgiving dinner and all the similar occasions that no doubt will arise in the next few weeks. My best coaching strategies, how to get through all of it better for yourself, not how to avoid all the food and all the holidays and celebrations. No, that's just, denying yourself the joy of living. And food is something to enjoy, and yes, it's a part of pleasurable experiences in our life and making our life richer and joyful, and we need to enjoy that and the company of people who gather together with us around our holiday tables. Tomorrow we will be talking all about coaching strategies, how to eat through those dinners in a better way, in a more mindful way, in a more enjoyable way, and also in a way that keeps you leaner for longer. All about that tomorrow. Today we are continuing talking about how to simply eat better every single day. The best strategies for you to approach healthy eating in a simple way, and not to become perfect overnight, but how to continuously get better every single week. Yesterday we talked about fasting, how important it is to give your digestive system a break it needs so it can restore itself, repair, rejuvenate, and do better job absorbing, digesting, assimilating nutrients and nourishing you. We don't have, all the data how exactly it all works, like why fasting works, or why having fewer meals, not snacking all the time, seems to work better for gut health, for metabolic health, for our longevity. We don't know yet, but we don't have all the studies. Those are super expensive to do, and a lot of times for those studies there are no interested parties, because there is no profit in it really to make you eat less. And so we don't have all the studies done. We don't have all the exact science yet. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. Like, if we don't have all the exact studies for fasting, it doesn't mean that you can't use the benefits of it today. And some people, on my social media and people I follow, they like, well, there is no data, so we shouldn't do anything until there is data. But with that kind of logic, we would never fly in the skies. We would, Einstein predicted black holes back last centuries, and he didn't go out there and to find black holes. No, he thought about it, and he used the science, the equations, and his best thinking, and he predicted it. But he didn't have all the data either. And now we found those black holes. We have our first photographs of black hole. I'm not sure if it's one or many now. The science moves really fast. And also, even in ancient Rome, in a lot of ancient religions, they already used the power of fasting to achieve mental clarity, to treat different physical disorders, and of course to treat obesity and to help with weight loss and to help with metabolic issues, right? So they used it and it helped. It helped a lot of people. That's why we have them in all the ancient religious texts. That's how powerful it was. It worked. And we didn't know back then how it worked, and we didn't know how it works right now exactly, even though we do have more data available. But we know it works, and so use it. That's just a little rant about fasting, because it is powerful. And again, even though we don't have all the data yet, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It actually works, but we just don't have the data yet. That's it. Today we're talking about how to make your breakfast better and how to start eating more vegetables and fruit every single meal you eat. And hopefully now you have just 2 to 3 meals to think about, not 6 to 7 snacks. That makes decisions about food so much easier when you just eat less amount of times. Make sense? So breakfast, how to make it better. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be keto. It doesn't have to be anything, guys. This week and every week since today, start working on making your breakfast a little bit better. So for example, if you're having a bagel and some sugary coffee drink at Starbucks, have some whole wheat, no sugar bagel instead, maybe with a little bit the best butter you can find, maybe like almond butter or grass-fed butter, but no sugar and whole grain, right? And then instead of that sugary coffee drink, have some coffee with just a splash of almond milk or coconut milk. Believe me, it's going to work much better for you. And then after you are comfortable with that, maybe instead of that bagel, get some eggs, like pre-boiled eggs, and take them with you. A lot of times you can get them at any food store, or get an acai bowl or chia pudding bowl instead of that bagel, or maybe some salad or green smoothie. Get something with more nutrients. And the beauty of our food system right now is you can go to any store, and almost any decent food store or a cafe like Starbucks would have some vegetable bowls, or some acai bowls, or some green smoothie, or something that is full of nutrients. And don't try to focus, on making it sugar-free or low carb, on this or that or that. For now, just focus on getting more nutrients in, because the more nutrients your body gets, the better it's going to do its job. And the better it's going to do its job, the better you're going to feel. Hope that makes sense to you too. Yesterday on Core, I got this question. What happens if you stop eating protein? I'm not sure from what context this person is coming from, but guys, accept your human conditions. Certain things are not negotiable. Like, you need your protein, you need your fats. Fats are actually essential for your health. Every cell membrane is made of fats that you eat, or if you decide to go fat-free, then you're basically killing yourself. Anyhow, so you need your macronutrients, but you also need your micronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals. They're not there to make your life fancier or more complicated. Your body actually needs them for different reactions, to create hormones, to create different enzymes, to make different chemical reactions in your body happen. And if you don't give that to your body, your body will function for a while, but then it will break a little bit every single day, and then eventually you're gonna get sick, and then you're just gonna die faster suffering. That's why you need to care about eating more micronutrients, those vitamins and minerals you can find in fruits and vegetables, but also, of course, in animal foods of great quality with great nutrition density, like fatty fish, like sardines, like salmon, like eggs, like organ meats. Those are super rich in also minerals and vitamins, and healthy fats. Depending on the exact food that you're eating, the composition is going to be much different. Also, nuts and seeds are full of minerals, full of things like magnesium, calcium. Depending on the nut, each nut has different composition. Also, a lot of fiber, like flax seeds, for example, super champions in fiber. Have like the whole table of minerals, and then B vitamins, and then a lot of other vitamins. So flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds are amazing seeds full of nutrients. What I'm trying to say is, guys, focus on getting more nutrients in. So when you're making your breakfast better, replacing one item at a time, then look for an item to replace the item that you are having that has more nutrients. And usually by default, it's gonna mean you're gonna eat less processed stuff, less processed ingredients, and more nutrients per calorie, and less added sugars and less added fats. Because in our food system, when nutrition goes up, when it comes to natural whole foods, junk goes out. I think you can't really, it doesn't make sense to make your green smoothie super high in sugar and in some, I don't know, whipped cream or something, right? You rarely find it. Usually people who order green smoothies, they want it for health reasons, and they definitely do not want a whole bunch of sugar added to it. That's why when you choose green smoothie, by default, you're going to add nutrients and you're going to remove a lot of sugars. And yeah, there's going to be fruit. A lot of people tell me, but fruit sugar and table sugar, it's kind of the same. I'm like, it's kind of not, because when there is whole package, there is a different molecular composition. There is different kind of water in whole fruit compared to, I guess, processed sugar. And then there are a whole bunch of antioxidants and nutrients and water and fiber. Whole foods is so much more different than any processed stuff ever could be. So always go for whole foods for the most nutrition. Coffee, if you're having coffee with some cream, with some sugary syrup, stop having those sugary syrups. Order some stevia packets if you need it sweet. Get maybe a splash of coconut or almond milk. Most places actually have almond and coconut milks that are sweetened, so you don't even need any sweetener. I don't know why they don't get unsweetened versions, because if I need sugar, I can put sugar in, but it's hard to take the sugar out of sweetened coconut and almond milk. It just doesn't make any sense to me why they do that. I don't know, maybe it's cheaper, not sure exactly. But get or go for black coffee. When you feel like it, black coffee, actually, good black coffee tastes really nice. You just need to get used to not sweet taste, and then you're gonna love it if you're a coffee lover, true coffee lover, not sugar chaser. Then again, you can try things like chia pudding. It's so easy also to make those things overnight yourselves, or overnight oats, for example, right? And so you can Google, overnight chia pudding, overnight oats. So you basically soak it, for example, in almond milk, and in the morning you can grab also a banana or a couple of berries that you bought beforehand, and you eat it on the go, you eat it at work, you just sit down for 5-10 minutes at home and eat it there. So chia pudding, overnight oats are amazing, that people love, that remind them of their traditional breakfast. I personally think that frittata or omelette with vegetables, and if you're feeling really up for it, some fatty fish like sardines, that's like the best breakfast ever, because you're gonna get everything that makes you feel fuller for longer. You're gonna get fiber from your vegetables, and plus vitamins and minerals that come from vegetables, and all the antioxidants. You're gonna get your vitamins A, vitamin D, vitamin choline from egg yolks. You're gonna get a great source. You're gonna get great amount of protein, depending, of course, on the amount of eggs you eat. You're gonna get your omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids, not enough for the whole day, but the nutritional profile of great eggs, especially pastured eggs, are pretty damn amazing. So eggs with vegetables is the quickest, the most filling, delicious thing that will keep you full till lunch or longer. That's I'm sure of. And also, guys, a quick tip for you, or a life hack: you can actually make a lot of that omelette the night before, or maybe twice a week. Like, you spend 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It's not going to take longer with all the cutting of vegetables. You can even get your vegetables pre-cut, because a lot of places, a lot of food stores do that for you now. So you make a lot of omelette, you can bake it, it's even easier. So you put your vegetables on the bottom of the pan that should be higher. You pour your egg mixture into the pan, and you let it sit for, depending on the temperature, probably for around, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, no longer than that. And then you can put that omelette in the fridge, and you can just grab a piece of it and eat like egg pizza every single morning. But it's gonna deliver much better than any pizza, that's for sure. And that's like an adventure you can take. Again, overnight chia seeds, overnight oats. You can add a scoop of plant-based protein. The reason why I say plant-based protein is because I don't like to mix some dairy whey protein with plants, because those foods have very different nutritional profile. And for your digestive system, it does actually matter how you combine foods. So when you eat something like chia seeds pudding, or overnight oats, add, if you'd like, because it's going to keep you fuller for longer, some protein powder. And it's best if you make it plant-based protein. So those are some ideas for better for you breakfast. Again, my favorite is omelette with vegetables. And again, get some canned sardines, and you're going to be feeling full for long. Yeah, it's gonna be quite some calories, but those calories will deliver a lot of nutrition. And believe me, guys, it's gonna be so much easier to eat less the rest of the day, and you're just gonna feel on fire, because your brain and your body will get all the nutrients they need. And then the second thing I wanted to talk to you about today is how to add more veggies and fruit to every single meal. And it can be simple, guys. You don't have to start with eating steamed broccoli. I don't even personally know why would anyone eat just plain steamed broccoli. Like, you can add really great spices, herbs, and some healthy dressing. Even simply just a little bit of olive oil, black pepper, some salt, maybe some other herbs and spices you like, and it's going to be so much more delicious. Anyhow, you don't have to go for broccoli. You can just add some pre-cut veggie sticks that you can get at almost any supermarket, with some hummus maybe, and eat that. Maybe some bell peppers, some celery sticks, some carrot sticks. They're amazing, especially if you have something like guacamole to dip them in. Yeah, so you can get prepared guacamole almost at every decent healthy eating place, healthy food store. Then you can eat an avocado. You don't have to go, like, again, you don't have to be really difficult about that. You can get a cup of fruit. A lot of stands on the streets, a lot of food stores and kiosks would have that. Anything. The only thing I would recommend is try to stay away from bananas, apples, and potatoes, and also iceberg lettuce. The reason I'm saying that is because those are not so rich in nutrients, higher in sugar, and it's best if you eat more colors, more variety from other kinds of fruits and vegetables you can find. And for example, let's take iceberg lettuce. It's not really a salad. Iceberg lettuce is like 90% water and a little bit tiny, like maybe 1 gram, probably even less, of fiber. So it's really like an empty food. I don't know if you like crunching on leaves of salads, that's fine with me, absolutely, but it doesn't add a lot of nutrition. So add something like baby spinach, arugula, Swiss chard greens. The reason I'm saying baby is because when they mature, you can't really eat them raw. You need to cook them even for a little bit. So how to add veggies and fruit to your meals? Again, veggie sticks, you can make them yourself. You can purchase them. Fruit bowls, you can make them yourself. You can purchase them. If you don't have anything better, then eat an orange, eat an apple. And also, guys, remember that fruit juice is not the same as fruit. They don't work in the body the same. So if you're someone who is drinking fresh squeezed juice, unless it's green juice and has nothing but kale, spinach, celery, and a little bit of lemon, then I recommend you to actually eat your fruit and drink your water instead of fruit juice. That's gonna make your blood sugar working much better, your insulin, your metabolism. And so that's it, guys. How to make your breakfast better, how to add more vegetables and fruit to every single meal you eat. Go for the simplest solution. So really master it and then move to the next level. That's how eating better works. Because you can go on some fancy diet that you will do your best to keep for, let's say, months. But after months, you will need to come up with some solution that you can maintain everywhere, no matter what happens in your life, no matter where you live, no matter what kind of food stores are around you. You will have to figure out how to make healthy eating work. And if you don't know how to do it without a plan, you are in a big trouble, guys. And that's what sabotages most of the people that come to me for a more long-term solution. What sabotages people is not knowing how to make choices without a plan and not having those choices in your head already before you even confront it with any sorts of eating or a lifestyle choice. So you need to figure out how to create the solution in your life that you can do no matter where you are, no matter whether you are on a plan or off the plan, just how to make better for you choices. And today we talked about how you can make your breakfast easier, healthier, more nutritious. What is really, really important, guys, there is still not a lot of focus on adding nutrients into your diet. A lot of people still focus on carbs, fats, and all that stuff, but that's not what's important. What's important is eating whole foods. It's really, really important because our body works better with whole foods. And all the processed stuffs, all the supplements, all the enriched and functional and all these fancy foods, branded foods, food products, it's just a big gamble. We just don't know how it's gonna turn out. But we do know that whole foods work for our body. And there is not enough focus on adding nutrients into your diet, not deleting a lot of stuff from your diet that also, of course, will help. When it comes to some processed and not so good for you ingredients. But we are not focusing enough on adding stuff, on figuring out how to eat those essential vitamins and minerals that all of us need. And the research, the studies show that more than 50% of people are deficient in some key nutrients on a chronic basis. And that's why we also get all the chronic diseases, all the epidemics of breakdowns of our bodies. And people also ask me, but why didn't it happen before? When our grandparents, our parents ate the way they ate, they didn't seem to have all of that. But the reason, guys, is because they didn't have all these confusing food products that are empty but delicious. And basically these days, a person can eat zero vegetable and fruit and zero nutrients, and still get a bunch of calories. And that would never happen previously. And that's why we're in such a deep shit right now, where you actually have to know what to eat. Otherwise, you will not make better for you choices. So always focus on adding more nutrients. Those eggs, those fatty fish, those nuts and seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, Brazil nuts, pecan nuts, almonds, walnuts, get your salmon, get your liver, get your organ meats, a lot of greens there, a lot of berries full of antioxidants. So all of that stuff is full of nutrients. So that's what you need to work on. Again, if you need, we talked about breakfast, we talked about adding more veggies and fruit, and if you'd like some guidance, some ideas how you can make your nutrition better every single meal in a simple way so you feel better, you have more health, more energy, less cravings, and less fat. So if you want to learn more, want to talk about it, feel free to schedule our session, our express session that is complimentary for the listeners of this podcast, where I'm going to guide you through all of these finer details, first steps for you to make your nutrition better. So thank you guys for tuning in, for listening. Really appreciate your time, your attention. So go and get ready for that Thanksgiving celebrations tomorrow. Stay tuned for my best coaching strategies to make better choices through those Thanksgiving and other dinners this holiday season. So stay tuned for that. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily. Hey guys, and I completely forgot to tell you one more thing about breakfast. Yesterday, a client of mine in Italy here, Olivia, she sent me an ingredient list, as I asked her to do, of her new cereal that she is replacing her old one. And her new cereal has just 2 ingredients, corn flour and salt. And that's it, guys. So if you're someone who is loving their cereal, so you don't have to give up your cereal right away. Just go for something better. So instead of your sugary stuff with a lot of ingredients, find in some health food store or order online a cereal that has very few ingredients, like Chew is perfect, some grain or nut flour, some salt, maybe, I don't know, some other flavoring or added vitamins or minerals, and that's it. And then replace your dairy milk, because dairy milk that you buy at a supermarket is really not a healthy food. Instead of that milk, get some unsweetened almond and coconut milk or some other nut or seed milk. But just remember, guys, get it unsweetened, get it with as least ingredients as possible, and also try different brands. Some brands taste much different from others. And so if you don't like some particular brand of coconut or almond milk or other milk, it doesn't mean that they all taste the same. So try different ones, find your favorite, and make your breakfast cereal an amazing one. And I'm gonna link in the show notes one of the new agey cereals. New agey just is a way of me saying it's a new generation, low carb and keto, and taste amazing, and made with quite actually few of ingredients, but they are pretty good metabolically speaking. So check out the link in the show notes for that cereal, and look for better cereal and for better milk.